Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Hope everyone is blessed and well. Thursday night feels like it's Friday, but hope everyone is good. What are you saying, Jeff?
All good, man. Happy to be back, man. Football is upon us, so nearly. We got 24 hours, man, and then we're back.
100%. And Jeff, just to start there before anyone comes for you, important disclaimer, Jeff meant Premier League football is back. We're well aware that the Women's World Cup is still going on.
Yes.
So Jeff meant no offense there. I've seen people getting attacked for that. We all know what Jeff means when we say football is back.
Yeah.
But now we've had these disclaimers, in it. So
yeah.
But yeah, Jeff, Rash, what are you saying, my guy?
Alhamdulillah, bro. Just happy to be here. Quick things, I'm trying to see, live and reporting from Devon. I'm down in the beach coast. You know what I'm trying to say? The west coast, the southwest coast. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that sounds mad cool, man. Like the west coast sounds like America.
I know. But trust me, the southwest coast is the best coast of this United Kingdom. I'm telling you, bruv. Yeah, I'm telling you, the people's nice, the beaches are lovely. Do you know what I'm trying to say? The place where I'm staying is nice. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's all good. I'm just having a good time down there.
Nah, that's sick, man. That's sick. Obviously, Jalil's going to be joining us shortly. He's coming back from football. But yeah, man, big up Rash. He's down in the coast and he's still joining us for like 15 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're doing our predictions because of Rash's time. We're going to start off with all of Rash's predictions and then we're just going to bounce off from that. So the usual, I'm just going to share my screen. So let me just share. Obviously, smash the likes as well, people. Never forget that. And subscribe to the channel. So, yeah, today, Premier League predictions. As Jeff and Rasha both said, the Prem is back tomorrow evening. Burnley, Man City, first game of the season. So we thought, what better time than to do a quick preview and do our predictions. We obviously are aware that the transfer window is not over. So some big news may then yet happen in the next 3 weeks. But we are going to do predictions based off the teams right now and what it is looking like they're likely to do. So without further ado, we have essentially seven key categories, which we're going to be doing. Ranking our top four from 1 to 4. Picking off three sides to be relegated. Selecting who we think is going to be top scorer. Who's going to be the player of the season. The biggest surprise and flop. They can be either teams or players. And then a new one that we've added, which is stocks in player, which is essentially a player that we rate that perhaps most people don't rate or people are sleeping on, that we are saying this guy's going to do his thing this season. So these are the categories that we have. So we're going to start off with Rash. Rash, I'll start off with you. In fact, what category would you like to pick first and select?
I think because this is one that I've already kind of got in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for the top 4.
Okay, let's do it. So who is Rash's top 4?
All right. So I still haven't really got in my head, but I know who I want to be in and around it. But I'm going to let you guys now know all this from now.
Yep.
I'm picking Arsenal to win the league.
Okay, there we go.
Arsenal to win the league.
There we go.
I think in second position, be it, I think because of their lack of real competitive football, and I'm saying real because they are still they're still in cups, they're still in Europe. I'm saying Liverpool second.
Okay.
Ooh,
okay.
I'm seeing Man City as third.
damn. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Man City. Okay.
And I'm going to Now this is the one that's kind of like been giving me like headache because I've seen some nice football from Manchester United like pre-season, but I don't think that they've got their team together. I don't think they've got like their defense sorted out 100%. I still think that up and down. I mean, after they beat Arsenal, they lost all their games pre-season after that. Onana, I think he's a good goalkeeper, but at the same time, he's a liability. I can see him making hella mistakes this season, costing United a couple games. And then there's Newcastle, hard to beat, hard to score against. You know, they seem to draw more than they lose. Do you know what I mean? And I can see that being a key factor this season for them. So on that note, even though I think Chelsea are going to do good this season, they're going to surprise a lot of people.
Okay.
I'm going to say Newcastle fourth again.
Okay. That's a real interesting top four.
It is. I thought I'd go outside the box here, but, you know, something in my head just says this season, Arsenal's going to win the league.
Okay. Well, there we have it. That's Ratchet's top four. I like that top four. I can't lie. It's you haven't gone safe. That's a top four that's been thought about properly.
Yeah.
So, I like that top four still. I think, I like that top four. Obviously, we're gonna do our own, but
no, I'd like you guys I'd like to see what you guys have still. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I've got like 10-15 minutes, but I'm sure they can wait a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, in that case, then, hey, listen, I don't mind. Jeff, what do you want to do? You want to go next? You want to do your top four?
Yeah, I'll do mine.
Go
on. So yeah, first I got the champions. I've got City. Then second I got Arsenal. I think it's going to be really, really close this year, though.
Okay.
Like last year was close up until like the last 6 games. So it's still very relatively close. I think this season it might go down to the last game.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we're really going to be like in the mix, I think. I feel like from what I see, our team looks a bit more solid. I already watched preseason, but from what I saw of the Community Shield game, we just look like a more solid team. Like we got more ways to beat a team.
Yeah.
Third, I'm gonna go with Liverpool because I just think for some reason they're gonna click. Like their midfield is a bit worrying, I guess, at the moment. Like the base, like they got good players, of course. They still got Thiago, they got Szoboszlai, they got McAllister, but they just need someone to hold because you lost Fabinho and Henderson, which I think they will buy someone before the window ends.
I think they will as well.
Yeah, so on that reason, I'm going to say third. I expect Núñez to do better this season. Like he's going to settle. Like he was a problem last season, even though he was a walking meme. So him, Salah, and Diaz, and then you got Gakpo and Jota as well. Those are 5 people who are able to score.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of danger in that team, man. So I'm going to go Liverpool third. The fourth one is tough. So I have United, but again, I think it's going to be very, very close between them and Newcastle as to who gets fourth. So I'll give United the edge just because I think Newcastle, this is their first time back in the Champions League. So like, if say they make it through to because they have to do qualifiers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they make it through the qualifiers, I think it's going to be a bit tough to balance all of that, keep people like Isak fit, and still do a lot of damage in like a Premier League. And I think letting go of St. Maximin and signing Harvey Barnes is still one of the most bizarre things of the transfer window to me.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
I don't get
They
it.
must know something we don't.
Literally.
I hope so because I'm confused. But
I think that's a step down.
Me too. Like
Of
I think
course, 100.
a substantial one too. Like So Maximin's like a player made for those big Champions League nights at
Yeah,
Newcastle.
man.
Harvey Barnes is like the complete opposite.
Literally, just a basic winger. Like he does a lot of the fundamentals, but
Yeah,
Real
like,
basic.
yeah, he's one of them, man. He scored 12 goals last season at Leicester, but which is good considering it's at Leicester. But no memorable goals, no memorable displays, no nothing.
yeah,
It's just
exactly.
like I don't really understand. So yeah, I'm gonna go with United just for the experience in the top four and of balance in European football and Premier League. I think they'll do good enough and get fourth. I think Newcastle will be on their heels though.
Yeah. What do you just a quick one before I do mine? What do you think about Chelsea?
I also agree. I think Chelsea are gonna do better because the pressure's kind of off. I would have maybe even had them in the mix for top four, but Nkunku's now out until January. So it's kind of just like your point person up front is gone again. Broja's still on his way back. Who are you even going to play up there? The Nicholas Jackson guy was playing good in preseason. That doesn't always translate into Premier League straight away. So let's see. But I would say they're going to do well. I'll go with them getting a European place. I don't see them going 2 years without European football.
Yeah. Because obviously when you say European football, what, like top 7?
I'll go to top 6. The 7, even though I know it's a conference league, it's just a confusing thing to be like Europa Conference League. To me, doesn't really count as real European football, man.
Shout out to West Ham.
Oh man, I forgot they were in that. Jesus,
They just won that.
Well, they're in Europa League.
Yeah.
Europa
League, yeah.
Crazy.
But nah. Now, I like, to be fair, your top 4, there's a lot of sense in your top 4. My one, I'm really torn in first place. Like, let me just add Jalil to the stream. Big up Jalil.
Hey.
Hey, Jalil, I'm guessing you guys won tonight.
Nah, it was a draw.
Okay.
It was 4-4, but I scored a hat trick in that pen at the end, you know. But
okay, no hat trick. Hey, where are you looking? Hey, no, that's sick, man. That's sick, man. No.
How you boys doing, man? The hot fam.
Oh,
bro, it's warm today still.
Yeah,
it's warm today still, man. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's get into some of the comments. Big up our guy Shakai. Big up in the building saying, "Woy, RBT is back."
Mm-hmm.
Guy, good to see you, man. Nice to see you as always. Do the business. Saying, "Hello, man thinks Arsenal look good based off preseason. We won the Community Shield against City and it weren't on pens. We finished outside of the top 4. This has to be Lamps."
Yeah, of course it is.
It has to be Lamps. And Ed saying Arsenal top 2 is looking shocked. To be fair, I think I'm going with City first, but I think Arsenal, I just think the system that Arsenal now have in place makes them quite solid. With Saliba, if he stays fit the whole season, I think Saliba looks like he can go up to another level this year as well, which is very promising if you're an Arsenal fan. I would have put Liverpool second because there's a lot I like about Liverpool. The fact they don't have a clear DM kind of worries me. And even if they get Lavia, as good as I think he can be potentially, I don't know if he's ready to step in and be the DM for a title-making side. And while McAllister and Jobberslide, they're real upgrades in the middle and they're excellent on the ball, they still need to be – it might take them a year to be fully implemented with the defensive responsibilities that come, because based off preseason, Trent clearly still has zero intention to do any kind of defending. So unless he wants Konate to literally die this season, Klopp has to find a solution to get some extra cover on that side, because Trent is not interested in defending anymore in the slightest. And the thing is, because Liverpool now have better technicians, they kind of need Trent less to create. McAllister's very good on the ball. Diaz is back, which is massive. I love Diaz. I think he's a really good player.
Six.
Thiago's still there. He's a baller. We all know about Thiago. So Liverpool have a lot of the pieces to actually finish second or potentially even challenge. I think Liverpool might challenge up to like April, but that DM thing kind of worries me. But they've got the best, I think, in terms of forwards to score goals. They've got the best in terms of across Salah, Diaz, Jota can score, Gakpo can score, Nunes can score. So I think Liverpool and Arsenal will challenge for that second spot, but I'm just going to edge it to Arsenal only because of that DM thing. If I was sure Liverpool had a DM like Caicedo, then I would say Liverpool second. Hell, potentially they could even win the league, but because they don't, I'm going to go Arsenal second, Man City first, Arsenal second, Liverpool third. And then in fourth place, I actually don't think Man United will make it just because I don't rate them. I don't rate United. I think they're arse.
Damn.
Bruno as a midfield. Mount
That's the real deal, son.
Mount as Bruno as a midfield is horrifying in terms of ball retention. Rashford up top is scary. And that's only because Hodgson is injured, and it looks like he might be injured for a little while. So you can't trust Martial. I mean, Martial's been injured in the off season. He got injured, so you can't play him. Anthony, come on, no offense, but so I don't know, man. I just don't rate Man United. I can't lie, man. I might be wrong, but I just don't rate them. I'm tempted to say Chelsea, but that Nkunku injury is big. So I might, you know what? My top three is good, but it's kind of safe. So I'm gonna throw in a wild card. I'm gonna say Aston Villa fourth.
Hey.
For the guy. Let's see what Aston do this season, man. Why not? But yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, United fans are gonna kill me, but I don't really mind.
Well.
I genuinely think your midfield is just waiting to lose the ball. What was I going to say? Newcastle. I actually think what you said, Jeff, about the St. Maximin Barnes thing, I think that's a downgrade. And then also I think the Livramento signing is interesting. I don't quite get it. 40 million for someone that looks like a backup right back. And then Tonali's a definite upgrade in the middle, but I still don't know if they have the depth across the squad to also do Champions League football. And also now expectations have risen. No one expected Newcastle to be top four last year. They do this year. So we know with expectations, there's two things: more pressure, and the teams that play against you play differently. They show you more respect. So I think that battle for fourth place is literally open. Anyone of Man United, Chelsea, Newcastle, Villa, even Spurs, I think will play much better football this season under their manager, depending on if Harry Kane stays as well, which looks like he's going to turn down Bayern Munich, which is interesting.
I think there's something interesting in this Harry Kane saga still.
What's that?
I think there's something really interesting, because if he's gonna be persistent on, look, I'm not going nowhere, yeah, I think that might encourage Tottenham to change their rule on themselves in not selling to a rival. You know, I think it might push something either this season so that they can make some sort of money on him to a rival, or it might be a thing where it's in January he might just go on a bit cheaper than what they're asking for to a club in the Premier League. I mean, why wouldn't you go to Bayern Munich unless it's just because you want to stay in the Prem, because you want to break that Premier League record, you know, something like that? And if that's the case, I don't think he's going to stay at Spurs. I don't think he's going to sign a new deal, but I reckon he will leave, and Spurs are going to have to rethink their stance on selling to a Premier League rival.
I think that's a good point. And I think someone on Twitter, I don't know how true this is, mentioned that apparently a club reached out to Kane and said, we've got a significant financial package for you next summer if you don't go to Bayern Munich now, which might explain why he's been hesitant to go Bayern Munich. And if you're Harry Kane, if you're Spurs, you have to be worried that Harry Kane next year could join any Premier League team. That's
Coming
what you
Arsenal.
have to be worried about. But my only thing about this Harry Kane thing, I just don't believe Harry Kane would leave Spurs for free. I just don't think he would leave them for free. Whilst that's probably the best option, I don't think he'll leave them for free. So I think if he doesn't go Bayern Munich, he signs a new contract with Spurs next year and then just rides out his career at Spurs. That's my hunch. It sounds crazy. That's my hunch. But yeah.
Boy.
But let me, before we speak on the Kane thing, let me read out some of the comments. Ed saying Liverpool better than Arsenal. Do the business said Arsenal fans genuinely scare me. Diaz is too good. So glad the league starts soon. Diaz looking evil in preseason. Big up Jade in the building. Hope you're blessed. Saying Arsenal 1, Man City 2, Man United 3, Liverpool 4, Brighton 5th, Chelsea 6. Brighton, interesting. Brighton are still good, to be fair. Ed saying Diaz or Saka.
Well, I'd say Saka because we see
I'd say
more.
Saka.
Diaz been out for a year. If you're talking about Diaz is potentially as good as anyone, but you've been out for a whole year, so it's not even a fair question to ask at this stage.
Yeah, no, I agree. And let me just do. Yeah, no worries, Jilo. That's blessed. Let me fill mine out. You know what? I've just changed mine off the top of my head. I'm gonna go with Liverpool second. I think I saw that Caicedo news that they might get Caicedo. So,
I don't think that's going to happen, man.
I don't think it will, but it just scares me. I can't lie. It scares me that they could do. They've got something like that off their sleeve. But it'll be between them and Arsenal for sure. Aston Villa looks wild, but I don't even mind. The rest of the teams are arse. Jalil, what do you say, my bro? Smash the likes, people. Hey, let me read out some more comments. Hey, big up Ola in the building. Come on, my guy. I see Rash repping Arsenal to the fullest. You know it. Ed saying Ola, shut up. All right, fair enough.
Wow.
A bit aggressive, but hey, we move. Jalil, go on, bro. What's your top 4, 1 to 4, bro?
Yeah, I'm getting it now. So top 4, I went for City.
Okay.
Second, I did Arsenal.
Okay.
Third, I did Liverpool.
Yep.
Oh shit! Jeff. So I said Arsenal second. I pretty much just copy and paste what Jeff put.
Oh.
Look, reasons being, City's lost a few good players in that, but I think we established from the Emirates Cup. Look at me giving it to Arsenal already. Let me chill out a bit. Community Shield and that. Like, having said that, if you look at the first 75 minutes, like, it was all them. Do you know what I mean? I think we only come alive and my boy Trossard, who I'm really excited about. I don't think he'll get a lot of games, but when he does come on, he'll do the business. But if you look at it, City's lost Gundogan, and they've lost Mahrez, right? And obviously they're bringing in a few youngsters who come through the academy. You know, I think Foden will see get a few more games this year, and then they bought Palmer, that kid, wicked left foot, bro.
I think Palmer might go West Ham though.
Nah, they're gonna keep him.
What's Ham?
I think he might go West Ham on a loan for City to get Paqueta.
Now you see,
That would make sense.
I don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of that Paqueta thing, man. I think that's too much money for him. I know everyone's overpriced, but surely you can get someone better out there. But I don't know. 90 million, Jeff, for Paqueta.
Yeah, it costs. It's a lot. I do think he's a really good player, though.
He is. He's a good player, yeah.
So, yeah, it's a lot of money, but at this point, man, transfer fees, nothing sensible. Like, Paqueta for 90 mil is more sensible maybe than Mudryk and for 88 mil when you think about it.
And Anthony for 95.
Anthony was 95. Before it was 85.
I thought Anthony was 95.
If it's 95, that sounds crazy.
Whoa. It's 90 something.
Raw, okay. Yeah, but yeah, it just shows you that These mean nothing, man. Like Grealish 100, Rice 105. Like we're in a crazy era, man.
Enzo Fernandez 106.
106 for Enzo Fernandez. So yeah, the sense that this how sensible a transfer fee is kind of done. Like if you want to play, you just gotta go get him now.
Yeah, 100%. Big up DJ in the building. The lads, quick entry.
Here we go.
You heard it last year. Here we go again. Big up DJ. Smash the likes while DJ's loading, people. Smash the likes. You're gonna hear it again. Yes, we know what's coming. We know what's coming, man.
My guy.
Arsenal won. Say no more. He's going to Arsenal 1. And then he said F the rest.
Hey!
Say no more.
My guy.
I love that.
Backside in the building with the iconic Eden Hazard pick saying, I reckon Arsenal will do the Invincibles again.
Shout out to the alter ego.
Ed is back on his burner.
Yep, he's been spotted in the comments.
The Paxer knows. Big up DJ. The Paxer is back. Big up our guy Daniel. Crease and big up Daniel, my guy, man.
Come on.
Daniel. But yes, okay. So go on, Jalil. Sorry.
No, I mean, yeah, City done the business. Arsenal, I'm really excited about Arsenal. Maybe it's a bit of a unconscious bias of myself, but obviously I want to see the team do well. I'll be honest with you, like, if you asked me at the beginning of the season, we got our business done early, I would have said Arsenal first because we answered some unanswered questions of the team. But I know preseason doesn't really show the whole story in that, do you know what I mean? But I haven't been that impressed with my team. Now, Timber done the business. Saliba looks like the part, like, do you know what I mean? Like, Gabriel still making mistakes, but he's still there. White, everyone looks good, yeah? Like, I don't want to run through the whole team. I don't want to spend too much time just talking about team. But having said that, when it comes to gelling in and everything, like, it shouldn't take, I know City, yeah, but it shouldn't take that long for us to score a goal at the end of the Community Shield game. And even though it's deemed as a friendly, it's still very competitive, and you can tell from the way they reacted when they scored and the way we reacted, and then when we lifted the silverware, how we reacted. But I just don't think we should have taken that long. Now I'm excited for what we've got, but there's some unanswered questions still needs to be there.
Can I just interject there, Jay?
Yeah.
You have to also remember it took like City 75th minute, 76th minutes to score against Arsenal too.
But they were all over us, bro. Ramsdale saved us how many times?
I don't think there was all up. I don't know. We may have been watching it from two different perspectives. I think there was a lot of control of the game on both sides, but I think Arsenal controlled the game for majority of the game.
I mean,
yeah,
I hear that.
I think the game was quite balanced.
Yeah, it was balanced. I don't know, man. I mean, I was in the local, but I wasn't drinking. I ain't drinking ages, innit? I don't really drink anymore, but it's just, that's the reason why for weight loss. I thought out there. Drinking's bad. I'll tell you that for a fact. I feel the best I've ever felt. Anyway, so I decided to go into a bit of personal stuff, but yeah, I mean, I was watching the pub. It was a bit loud and stuff. Everyone was giving it and that. So there was United fans cheering City, which is a bit weird to me. But it just for me, my personal view, it did look like City was the better team, But Arsenal, don't get me wrong, man. Odegaard, Kia. How many players did he sit down? I was so every time he starts a ball, I felt like a little kid in a candy shop. I want that one. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He was good. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I mean, there's some stuff positive to look at. So I'm still gonna say Arsenal high, but I'm gonna say second. And Liverpool, I think you boys said it very well about Liverpool. I think Casemiro comes in. I think they're laughing, but I don't really see that happening, unfortunately. Just due to Brighton being in a European Cup, and they obviously want to do well. So you want to keep your best players. So maybe one season, then after that, see how they do. Then they'll sell him. I reckon. I don't think he's going anywhere. You can inquire what you want. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone's getting him. And then obviously United. Having said what John just said about the midfield, I was kind of having goosebumps. I was like, yeah, he's got a point. Like when the Prem's all going to be about ball retention. Villa's going to do it. Brian's going to do it. All these teams are going to do it. Arsenal's definitely been doing it. Liverpool and City's been doing it. Ball retention is so important this season, and I just don't see it from them too. So I agree. I'm very considering to change my mind. Not to Brighton, because I feel like all the competition is too much for them, and they've got a strong 11. I don't know about the bench. Villa look cool. Newcastle, Rash, that's a shout, I'll leave it for now. I'll address it at the end, I think. I don't want to take up too much time of mine, but yeah, I'll leave it for now and come back to it.
It's fair, and obviously it's flexible because the transfer window is not over. And the thing, I understand what Man United are trying to do. They're trying to be more about transition, get the ball back, be very fast in how they attack. But I think because of this Højlund injury, and we don't know how he would have settled anyway, it means Rashford's going to have to play a bit of the season up front unless they do Sancho false 9. And I just think Rashford is way better off the left than he is up top. You take a lot of his better attributes away from him up top. So that kind of worries me. But again, United could easily finish 4th. But I just threw Aston Villa in there because I like a lot of what they've been doing under Emery. I like their signings. So they've got potential, but obviously I know it's a bit of a wild shout. DJ saying, big up Rash for supporting the team too. Just seeing your predictions, speak it into existence. Yeah, Rash has gone for it, man. Rash has gone for it. But let's go. Big up 13 people in the chat. Big up everyone. 9 p.m. on a Thursday. Everyone's tuned in. So much love for that. Make sure you smash a like. It's for the algorithm. We don't like to beg, so it's for the algorithm. Which one should we do next? Which one do you might want to do next? We could do relegation, top scorer, player of the season. Which one do you want to do next?
Follow the order, man. Follow the order. Relegation. I think relegation.
Let's do relegation. Who's got their relegation free in front of them?
I can go. Mine's quick, bro. Mine's very quick. Yeah. So relegation.
Doesn't have order. Just has to be the free.
I went with Luton.
Yep.
Going back down straight away. I went with Fulham.
Okay.
Ain't seen enough from them guys. I think they got lucky. If I'm being honest with you. And I got Wolves. Wild ones, bro.
I understand both the Fulham and Wolves one. I just don't think both of them will go down because I've got Luton. I've got Nottingham Forest. And then what was the other team that got promoted? It was Sheffield United and Burnley, right?
Yeah, Burnley. Who are playing tomorrow night, by the way. Can't wait for that.
Tomorrow night against City.
City's going to eat them alive, bro.
I think Fulham might just survive. Wolves, there's some bad signs around the club. Let me try and think. I think Sheffield United go back down. I think it'll be Luton, Nottingham Forest, and Sheffield United. That's my three.
I might as well go. I think it will also be Sheffield United. I think Wolves will follow them as well.
Okay.
And I can see tears over in Luton, to be honest.
Yeah. Luton would be a miracle if they stay up.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they just signed Ross Barkley. I mean, that kind of sums it up. So, yeah. Jeff, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I got Luton, Bournemouth, and Sheffield United.
Interesting about Bournemouth still. Interesting.
Yeah, Bournemouth is interesting. I
think Bournemouth got lucky. I think Bournemouth got lucky and all, if I'm being honest. Like
they did. I think they did.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, yeah.
It's just the way Wolves never ever buy anyone. It's weird.
Yeah, literally this year they can't even. They apparently that's why the manager left. You can't buy anyone. And Sheffield United might probably have just sold arguably their best player to Burnley, which just makes no sense.
Burger.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Big up Kozark in the building saying the show's missing me. Big up my guy Kozark. Big up Kozark in the building.
Come on.
Big up the Packs saying Havertz starting striker. Yeah, I mean, yeah. All I'm saying, you see Sheffield United still one of the best players to Burnley, sold them Sanderberg, confusing. Yeah, I don't get it. Ola, remember when you wanted to become the next Fabrizio Romano? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The Paxton and Ola got something going on. So
they got beef in the comments.
You saw the Paxton still. Ola, I know you got the Paxton.
There's always someone going at it in this comment. Yeah. Always beefing, bro.
Yeah.
All right, top scorer. Who wants to go first?
Oh, this is easy. Haaland again. It's easy for me anyway. I don't need to explain anything. I think we saw what he done last year. Just because it's funny that I'm seeing, and this is why Arsenal fans piss me off sometimes. Like I understand the whole thing about Saliba in his pocket. He didn't really get a chance. I understand that, but Saliba's not the only defender you're going against all season. I mean, Maguire's gotten to West Ham. You know what I'm saying? So that's a hat trick. Do you know what I'm saying? So, boy, you better chill out, man. Haaland's still that guy. He might not be technically gifted in terms of with ball retention and everything, passing on, not making someone, but well, if you put him about a goal, he's scoring. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's me done.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so he's going Haaland. I can't lie, that's a good choice. Jeff?
I got the same.
Yeah. Okay, who hasn't got Haaland? Because I've got Haaland as well. Everyone got Haaland, yeah?
No,
Easy one, easy, bruv. Easy. Come on, man.
I was thinking maybe Salah, but I was thinking, how many goals would he need to score? That's a lot of goals, man.
That's a lot of goals.
So, and I know he's done it before, but that's a lot of goals for Salah to score, man.
I had Isak written down, but I think towards the end,
I think Isak's going to do bits.
I think he'll score 20 plus.
Yeah. Okay, the packs are saying Haaland or Isak.
Wow. You
See?
Isak,
Same thing.
Just
I
curious.
rate Isak, but 20 goals though.
Yeah. But he hit
I
like
think he's
12,
going to do bits this season.
He's cold. Don't get me wrong. Isak is a bad boy, but 20 goals ain't easy, especially if you don't take pens.
He'll take it.
Kerry, big up Kerry, saying end of the season, Saka will go back to being the average player he is. Raw.
God damn it. Like
When has he been average? I don't know.
Fair enough.
Good point, Rash. Good point, Rash.
All us saying Harry Kane.
Taking a piss.
Damn.
I don't think he is. I think he says Kane's staying.
He's always in the running, boy.
The Paxter said, John, you said Saka has more. Said Isak has more potential than Henry. I actually did not say that. So I'm not gonna get caught live on there saying that. I love Isak.
He's trying to pull you under the bus.
I love Isak. I can't lie. I love Isak, but I never said that. So I'm taking that out. I never said he's gonna be a new Henry or better than Henry. I didn't say that. Chiellini with a beanie. Nice name, bro. I was saying Mudryk.
What about him? What about him?
I'm not sure what he's saying Mudryk about.
Top goal scorer, I think.
If Kane stays, he's going to get 30 plus again, potentially, yeah. Potentially. Kane is a good shout if he stays, but Haaland's a good choice. All right, player of the season. Who wants to go first?
I'll go again. If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you. Player of the season. Unconscious bias again. It hits me again. Saka.
Hey, Saka. Player of the season.
Hey, you're taking a liking to this lad, aren't you?
Oh, man.
Hey. All right. Rash, you got your player of the season?
Yeah, I do.
Who's that?
Martin Odegaard.
Martin Odegaard.
Shout.
Odegaard. Before Jeff goes, I'll be mine. A bit of a wild card one. I'm going with Luis Diaz.
Yeah, I can see it.
He could be special this year. Jeff, last but not least.
I'm going with Martinelli, man. I feel
Hey, okay.
He's going to have a cold season.
Mm-hmm. I feel it in the air as well, bro.
Yeah, man.
I was torn between three players actually for Arsenal. I was other players, but three players when I was thinking about Arsenal players. It was Martinelli and it was Trossard as well. But I just don't think Trossard's going to get games. And I just don't think I can't see him starting because Martinelli's a fan favourite and he's a club favourite as well. So I just can't see that. But Trossard's cold as well.
Okay.
Fire.
Max is saying this is an AFTV type beat.
Hey, chill.
Is everyone an Arsenal fan?
Damn right.
Don't worry.
Well, you didn't know that.
All I'm saying, said it earlier in the comments, it's Odegaard's player of the year. Kerry said player of the season goes to Mudryk. He'll show everyone his real talent. Saka can't touch him. Okay.
All right.
Wait, Saka can't touch him at the moment, or you mean by the end of the season, Saka won't be able to touch him?
I'm not sure. And Kerry said as if Martinelli would even sniff a player of the year.
Damn.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see. It looks like player of the season has thrown out some controversial points.
Allah. Hey, rate Trossard, please.
Yeah, Ola's not rating the Trossard player. I think he rates him, but he's saying I like him, but player of the season might be too much.
I hear that.
And the Packs are saying we don't know what Arsenal are like under pressure. So Yeah.
I don't even
With
know what
pressure
that means.
on them to perform, I have no doubt they'll go back to Europa League. But yeah, and all I'm saying, I'm a big fan of Trossard. So yeah, okay. Last comment, Kerry saying maybe Martinelli and Saka will play of the year before the last couple of months with the big players step up.
God, taking shots.
I like Mudryk.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. We need to see Mudryk play.
I'm not gonna lie, he looked cold.
I like Mudryk. I
Mudryk,
like Mudryk, but yeah. Okay. Biggest surprise and flop. So this could be either a player or teams. So who wants to go with this first? Give me your biggest surprise and your biggest flop prediction for this season.
Just you know, I only did flop. I should have done surprise as well. So maybe after you guys have said your surprise, maybe I can jump in there. Yeah.
Okay, I can. The surprise I'm kind of stuck on because I had Chelsea, but that's not really a surprise. Like if Chelsea do well, like Chelsea normally are a very good team. It's just an anomaly year. They've had this before, and then they come back and they're good again. So I put West Ham down.
Okay. So
Just
West Ham
because-
is your biggest surprise?
Yeah, just because I think people will think they'll be relegated because they lost Rice and they might lose Paqueta, but I think they'll be all right and they'll just be mid-table. So when I say surprise, I don't mean they're gonna go and run and be like in the Europa shout. I just think they're gonna be stable and finish mid-table.
Okay.
And then flop, not because he's not a good player, just because I don't know how he'll fit with the team. McAllister. Like even Liverpool, like in pre-season, again, I don't really watch pre-season, but just from the coverage, like the little things I was seeing, it was they're getting overran in midfield a lot, and it would be 3-3 and 4-3 in certain games.
Yeah,
So
that's what worries me about them.
yeah, so McAllister technically really, really good player, but I do think they lost two big players. Like even though they weren't as good anymore, Fabinho and Henderson are big players for them because they know the style. Like even though Fabinho had a bad year last year, he's normally a top class DM, and Henderson, as much as I'm not the biggest fan, he does a job in there. So losing them both at the same time, even though you got more technically sound players, just because of the physicality of the Premier League, I can see McAllister being one of like the casualties.
Can I throw a spanner in that question?
Of course.
Can we do for both of them a player and a team?
We can.
So make it dual. Make it dual.
Yeah.
Oh, so one each, you're saying?
Yeah.
We can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Flop team. All right, flop team then. I'm gonna go with. I'll say Villa.
Okay.
Because I think
I get that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Whilst you made the right signings, I just don't know how they're all gonna gel. Like we've seen this before with Villa, where when Gerrard first got there and they made a bunch of signings, you think, they used the Grealish money really well. Like they spent money well, and then we saw what happened with Gerrard. It didn't go too well. So I can see the same thing kind of happening again with them, and especially it's just a competitive league, man. So if they finish 12th or 11th, that's going to be considered a flop because
that's a flop.
Yeah, you bought a Diaby, who people have been interested, even if it weren't this window. You bought Pau Torres, who again people weren't necessarily interested in this window, top team wise, but people have taken a look at him. So just by association, you've taken good players, even if you don't know too much about them. Like other big teams were looking at him, so that by association, you got good players. So yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna finish like 11th or 12th, personally.
Okay. And who's your surprise player in a good way?
I'm gonna go Mudryk. I don't think he's gonna be like Kerry said, player of the season, but I think Mudryk is going to be good this season. I think the pressure will be off a little bit. Like even last season, there were flashes of the player in there. It's
Flashes of
just
talent.
it's just finding some consistency, man. It's like once it feels like one of them, man. Like once he gets a goal or two and gets a good game or two under his belt, then he'll just run riot. Like he'll have a good season. So I'm gonna say he'll have a good season.
Okay, say no more. So we've got Jeff's picks. Those are all great picks. I really like them. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next because just like Jalil, I've got a bounce too.
Cool. Rash.
So when it comes to surprise of the season, I think it's going to be Burnley. I think they're going to do quite well, actually. I think they're going to shock a few people. I don't know why. I just really like how they handled last season. I think they've got a manager that has the experience and I'll say the experience of being with a top coach and doing the job at a high level when he was playing football. I think he's incredibly professional and he's got a lot of heart. I think he'll be able to bring the best out of this Burnley side. I think they're going to be surprised. I think they're going to finish mid-table, probably around. I think they could even push top 10.
Okay, top 10. Do you think companies can do a top job then this season?
I think he will do a top job this season. I think he's always, as a player, he knew how to approach Premier League teams, and I think he's going to use that know-how and experience in that just to set up correctly. I don't think he's going to take a lot of things for granted. And I think he's going to set them up to make sure that they're strong at the back and their midfield is going to be good. I just think they're going to do a good job.
Nice. So who's your surprise player?
My surprise player of this season is actually the same as Jeff's. I think Mudryk is going to surprise everyone because he had such a shocker last season. I think it's going to be light and day. I think he's going to find his feet. He's going to show us what he really can do. Again, not like Kerry. I don't think he's going to be player of the season or anything like that, but I think he's going to be a standout player for Chelsea. I think he's going to score goals. I think he's going to turn a lot of defenders into dust. I think he's going to burn them on that left-hand side. I don't know if he's going to be as creative as people might think, but I think he's going to score goals. I think he's going to do a lot down that left-hand side. I think he's an exciting player, and I kind of can't wait to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, I love that pick. Right, so now your flop team and your flop player.
So my flop player is going to be Onana. I think after a couple games in a United shirt, United's going to realise that the guy was actually consistent and safe, a safer option. And they might even start putting some respect on his name because a lot of us, I think that the guy is overrated, but I mean, I don't think he's that overrated where you can replace him with an Onana and feel safer. And I can just see so many flaws. I can see so many things happening. He's very confident with his feet, but I think he's overconfident. I think he loses his bearings a lot in regards to positioning. I just think it's gonna be kind of like a Bartes moment for United when it comes to him. Flop for a team. This one's hard because I hear what you guys are saying, or what Jeff was saying about Villa, and I actually agree. I don't expect them to do so well as well. I would always say Spurs, but I don't expect them to do well either. So, and it's weird because you guys have kind of got me like wanting to switch my top four and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm gonna say the biggest flops is gonna be Brighton. I think that we expect a lot from them. We think that they're going to do extremely well because of last season and because of the great football that they do currently play. And I like Brighton, but I think we're just expecting a little bit too much from them.
Yeah, I like that pick. Both of them, actually. All great picks. Jalil, I know because of your time. What's yours, bro?
I'll do surprise team for some reason. I think it'll be Sheffield. All right. Don't know what it is. Watched a couple highlights. Got a couple friends up there, a couple boys up there telling me about them. I'm gonna say them. Something's gonna happen. They're gonna stay up for some reason. I'll do flop team and all. Obviously, I could have gone with Spurs. Because Harry Kane potentially could be moving, could be staying. I ain't gonna do it. I was gonna do Everton and West Ham. But West Ham's getting Maguire. And for some reason, I see him being decent there. You know, Warpass coming in, putting it straight onto his head. You know, and everyone's going to start doing that gibberish, you know, talking rubbish about, oh, this is why United lost out on a sick player. No, they didn't miss out on a sick player. He stopped fit the system. Ten Hag is a good manager. I mean, he'll do well somewhere else. Look what he done for Leicester. I mean, it was awesome. He fit into some systems. I'm going to go for flop. I'm going to go Everton. I just don't see enough. I feel like they're going to battle and then they're going to get out of relegation again. But I'm going to go for them as a flop. Team now, player, sorry. Surprise. I actually went for Modric as well. As much as we've been slewing him and everything, and I think that's kind of, you know, really. But I watched him pre-season and everything. Guy looks apart, man. He just got mad flair, mad pace. You know, he stays fit. You know, he could be a reason why Chelsea stay up. Chelsea do well this season. You know what I mean? And then last flop player, yeah. So I feel bad for saying it. I was going to say Havertz, but then I thought about it. It's all the math ain't mathing, if that's the case, for what I put Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's going to play a vital role in our team and all. So I'm not going to go Havertz. I'm not gonna do him. This one was difficult for me because I'm still thinking. But I'm going to go... Yeah, it's just hard, you know.
Not easy.
I'm gonna go the United striker. Don't know his name.
Hojlund.
Haaland 2.0. Haaland, fake Haaland. All this jazz. I've seen stuff about him, but the Haaland no show. You know, Haaland. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Hoyland.
Yeah, Hoyland, yeah. Or
the butcher is back.
Wait, Hoyland. I knew I was going to get the show a long time ago.
The butcher coming.
Wait, nah, yeah, it's got to be in for that namesake, bro. We try to mug it off on Haaland. Is he from the same nation or what?
I think he's Norwegian, yeah.
He's Norwegian, yeah. I think they actually... No, he's from Denmark. He's Danish.
Cool, bit of casual racism in there, boys.
Oh,
chill out. But yeah, it's got to be him. I don't think he's going to be the part. I heard he only got 9 goals all season and it cost what 75.
I thought it was 7. You heard better than me.
How much? 75 or something?
I thought it was 7 goals that he scored last season, but it might have been 9.
It was 7 last season. It's 9 in the Serie A career.
Woo!
Yeah. He's young though. He is young. He's young. So.
He is young, but I saw some of his misses. It's his misses that was scary.
Yeah, I need to watch that. Yeah, I can't lie. The other day I was.
He gives me remnants of Timo Werner, bruv. Seriously. Werner at Chelsea. He reminds me of that, bruv.
Oh my God, that's a bad comparison. Jesus, my God, that is bad.
Shout out to Atalanta, man, getting that money in. You know what I'm saying?
Fair play to them. That's serious money, man. Fair play to them. Surprise player. I'm gonna go. I wanted to go for Modric, but I'll go a bit different. I might go for João Pedro at Brighton.
Hey, good shout.
I think that's a good player. Flop team. I do like the Brighton pick. That's a good pick. That could happen. Surprise team. Might not necessarily be a surprise, but I actually think Spurs will be better than people think they actually might. I actually think they're going to play a completely new football this year, which would just be surprising. Whether that means surprisingly good or surprisingly bad, it's going to be a surprise either way. But yeah, I'll go Spurs. Flop. Well, based off my predictions, I'll go Man United. And then player. Player's tough. Player's tough. I might go Declan Rice. Declan Rice. I'm not a fan of him, but so he might surprise me. But I think Arsenal have a good enough system in place where they can still win games without him to be great. Look how they played against Man City, and he was very average.
I got a question. How do you measure if Declan Rice is a flop, being he's a DM?
Interesting.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure they're going to play him DM. I think they're going to play him in the Xhaka role. So in that case, I guess in that sense, it becomes more subjective because it's more about how do you impact the game. So that's a subjective one. I might say at the end of the season that Rice was horrible, but someone else might easily say they thought he was unbelievable. It could be like that. So the price, I'm just gonna go with Declan Rice because I was struggling to think of any other name off the top of my head. And 105 million. That's he's got a lot to do to live up to that. So Nicholas Jackson could have been another one actually for surprise of the season. Nicholas Jackson looks very, very, very good, but it's preseason, so
yeah.
Big up Ted D in the building, my guy, saying Martinelli player of the season. Jeff's ball knowledge is on the up. Damn. You're praising him and giving and casting him at the same time.
I appreciate the backhanded compliment, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but listen, I know that Jalil and Rash both have to leave. So before you both do, could you give me your player that you have your stocks in this season that maybe other people don't rate that highly, maybe on the come up, people are sleeping on that you think are going to do well? So it's more like a personal favorite that you think is going to thrive this season.
We'll go Rash, or do you want me to go?
No, you go, my bro.
Saka.
Okay.
I mean, you know, we know what he can do, but unfortunately, with the voice of the group chats, I'm still seeing doubters, still comparing him to these guys that have been running the wing. Big up Greenwood in the building, you know.
Running the wing.
Sancho's still getting compared to the geezer. I mean, start to compare him to where his level is at. I'm not saying he's the best in his position, but compare him to the best. I still think Salah's, you know, levels above him in terms of what he can bring to the game in terms of goals and assists in that, you know. There's a few others out there. I don't want to keep going, but compare him to the best in the business. Stop comparing him to these guys.
Okay.
I'm having issues. United fans, I'm having issues. We're the voice of the group chats. I'm tired of it. I've had enough.
Say no more. Say no more. Okay. And Rash, what's yours?
Man, there's quite a few people that I was thinking about. João Pedro is one of them. I was thinking that he's going to be a really good player that I don't think a lot of people are looking at this season. I also had Isak. I think he's going to be outstanding. Obviously, I've already said Mudryk is going to be surprised, so I'm not going to go for him. So it's going to be someone who a lot of people, I feel, did rate, but don't rate so much, and now he's just being overlooked. But he's an integral cog in this team. And to keep in the theme with going with Arsenal players,
I know who it
I'm
is.
going to say Thomas Partey. I think Thomas Partey is going to show everyone why he was ranked so highly when he was over at Atletico. I think this is the season.
Okay.
Just to touch on that quickly, yeah. When Partey was linked to leaving us and stuff, there were some Arsenal fans that were not happy, but we move on. We got Rash, and I'm thinking,
weird.
Why? Have you not seen what this guy does? I think even bringing Rash, you still got to have a party. I think you're bringing in Havertz, all these people. Yaka stayed. You've got to have a party. Look how he makes us better.
Yeah,
man. I agree. I agree with Rash, man.
Yeah, the party one I think is a good reflection of where football is at the moment. The fact that with 6 games to go last season, a lot of Arsenal fans were saying it was the best DM in the league, and then by the 38th game, those same Arsenal fans were saying, "Get Rice, replace Partey," which
weird.
Partey is still better than Rice.
Yeah.
So
facts.
that will change. So, and to think that they might have sold him for like 30 million, that would have put way more pressure on Rice if you replace Partey for 30 million with some 105. That's a lot of pressure.
100.
Massive pressure. But yeah, listen, I know Rash and Jalil, you man have to go. So yeah, peace out to you, man. Much love, Rash, for tuning in from Devon.
Yeah.
Come on, Jalil, big up, get a hat-trick today, man.
West Side.
We doing in Devon, son. Why don't you bring me with you, eh? Come on. I'm away from London, bro.
But yeah, me and Jeff are gonna finish off. But yeah, Rash, Jalil, we'll speak in the group chats. Big up, my guys.
Love
Salam alaikum. Take care, you guys.
Peace.
Enjoy it, man.
But yes, last few minutes, people. Me and Jeff are gonna close up. Remember to smash a like. I hope everyone who's watched today has smashed a like button, and we're on at least 20 likes. We should be easily. If we can get to 30 by the time this video's gone out, fantastic. But yeah, Jeff, before you go, my stocks in player for this season, I'm gonna go for Eze. I love Eze as a player. I think he's very very slept on. He had some issues last year with injuries and being on the bench under Vieira. But yeah, I think Eze is. I love Eze, man. I think Eze is going to be fantastic, and by the end of the season, everyone's going to know what a talent he is. So my pick is Pepe. Yeah. Speaking of Pepe, Ted D saying surprise of the season will be Nicolas Pepe. All seriousness, no trolling. I'm still heavily invested. So yeah, nah. But all jokes aside, my pick is not Pepe. It's Eze. Even though I still like Pepe, Ted D knows. I'm one of the few Ted D that Arsenal should keep him as a backup if they can't get anybody else. I still believe that. I know, Jeff, you're against the idea.
Yeah, I'm out with him. I'd pay him to leave.
See, I wouldn't pay him to leave. I think that's a bit.
We did it with Aubameyang, and Aubameyang.
Oh, you mean terminate his contract? That's what you mean.
But then there's a fee you gotta pay. Now Aubameyang, we paid 8 million for him to go.
Pepe, he's still like 27, 28, so like he's got something in him.
Yeah, but bro, you need a gun to a head for you to show it. So go somewhere else. Like this is how I sum up with Pepe. You were on loan for the whole season. I heard more about Balogun than I did about you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't deny that point. That is true.
It's just like, bro, like I'd rather Nelson or someone else go out there and be back up for Saka, or we just go and buy, like, rather than keep Pepe. And I think I remember his ability, and then I have some kind of expectation when he comes on that he's gonna do anything. Why don't we just remove all doubt and clean slate and have someone else or buy someone? Like, let him go. Like, go and reinvent your career. Go somewhere else.
That's fair. No, that's fair. So in that case, then, who is your stocks in player for the season?
It's between two. So it's either Elise, who I rate highly. Like, I think I'm gonna say this. I think Elise could be with the best of the young players. Like, if
Ooh,
he makes the right move.
okay.
So it might not be this season, but I think this season, like last season, he was really good. Like I know 2 goals is light, but 11 assists is great. Is great, and that's what it ended up being. He had a good season last season.
Yeah.
So I think his influence is only gonna grow with Zaha gone now. I think him and Eze got some responsibility on their shoulders, and I think they're up to the task. I just think Elise, his ceiling is very high. I'm gonna say that. I think he can go to the best. There's a reason why Man City are looking at him, like
And
because
Chelsea too,
yeah, like Chelsea have already let him go. City, you've let Mahrez go, and Bayern and Elise. As crazy as it may sound, Mahrez is Mahrez. Mahrez is a top 10 Premier League winger, as we established in the other
yeah.
show. But Elise
Yeah.
is the perfect man to bring in to help fill those shoes in the long run. I think he's amazing. But in saying all of that, I'm going with Evan Ferguson. I think Evan,
Ooh, good pick. Yeah, good pick.
that boy there,
Good pick.
he's I'm not comparing him to this player at all. Just
You're gonna say.
just mentality wise, and the way he's up for a fight. He's almost ready straight away. He just gives me small Rooney vibes, just in terms of like how he's the 18 and he's up front alone and he's not scared of nobody. Like
He's just on it.
Yeah, he's just on it. Like when we played against him last season, we lost 3-0.
Yeah.
He's 18 playing against a 6'1" centre back and a 6'3" centre back, and he's winning free kicks all day. Like they couldn't do anything with him, and he scored a lot of goals if I remember correctly for how many games he played last season. So I think, yeah, he's gonna be a real problem. Like I think he might end up being like their number 1 striker. This season, because I see him as a very big player. Like I even saw like there was like rumors early in the transfer window of him like Man United looking at him. I think those kind of things will widen this season, like because I think he's really. I'm gonna say 10 to 15 Premier League goals this season.
That's a good return.
That's
a good return. That's a really good return.
Yeah.
I like Ferguson. So did you go with Ferguson or Elise?
Ferguson.
Okay.
I had to give Elise a shout out.
Yeah, no, Elise is a really good player. I like him a lot. I think Palace have something good with him and Eze together.
And then they just bought that
Franca guy.
Who I don't know the most about, but just from
the clips
here and there, looks good. I'll be interested to see what he does. But I actually think Palace will be better off now for letting with Zaha gone, because they'll kind of just look to Zaha to do everything. Like even Eze and Elise were kind of doing the same thing at points. It's just like, Zaha's the senior guy. He gets us out of a jam. Yeah, he gets us out of a jam. But I think Zaha also affects the team because he's a money player. Like I understand why he is, because to a degree, some people are just not on his wavelength over there. But I think as a team, they'll benefit more from not having to rest on Zaha's 10, 11 goals a season. And now you spread it more, a bit more out. We saw what Eze and Elise were doing at the end of the season when Zaha weren't around. So if you get Franca in there now and you get Eze and Elise playing well, that team looks really good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it will be one of those surprising ones where people will think they will be worse, but they actually might end up being better. But it's going to be very interesting to see like how like Elise steps up, how Eze steps up. But the Ferguson one, I think, is a great shout. And him with João Pedro, if they sign Kudus, which seems ropey, they still have, who do they still have in midfield? Who have they managed? Who?
Dawood from
Dortmund. Good player.
Milner for seniority.
Yep. Still have Milner, still have Lallana. Matoma still there.
Matoma is going to be a menace.
Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to see. Ted Adi saying Arsenal are getting Adama for backup. Apparently, this can't be true.
Traore.
This can't be true. No way. Adama Traore. Nah.
All right. I mean, Traore is one of the most unpredictable footballers.
Yeah, in the world. Yeah.
But on his day, he can be a very, very scary player to play against. You bring him on last 20, let's just say, and things aren't going right, and you throw on Adama Traore, you're scared. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. But the thing is, like, we were talking about Pepe just a minute ago. The thing about Pepe has probably more ability than a Traore.
Yeah, for sure.
He just never shows it. Like, at least with Traore, you're trying to get past your fullback.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I still don't know if we should be aiming for better, but if it ends up being the last day and it's either we have Pepe as a backup or you could sign Traore on the cheap, I'm signing Traore.
That's fair. I do get that because Traore also gives you more of a counter-attack threat. If you're 1-0 up with 10 minutes ago and naturally you start saying back more, you can slap him on. You know you got the players that can find the through balls, let him run in behind and just see what happens. But all I'm saying, the fact that this is Franco has a Ballon d'Or close at Palace shows how highly he's rated. Yeah, that's crazy. That shows how highly he's rated.
That is true.
And big up Sahan in the building. Big up our guy. Big up Sahan saying check it in for the best football show on YouTube. Much love, my guy, man. Much appreciated. See you at football on Sunday. It's going to be lit for sure. But yeah, listen, people, that's all our predictions. Very, very clearly laid out. We've got our top 4. We've got our player of the season. We've got our relegation free. We've got our biggest surprise and flop. We've got our top scorer. We've got our stocks in player. So I think we've ticked off like literally every single category possible. So I think now what me and Jeff are going to do, make sure to smash your likes. We're just going to do some very quickly. We're just going to call it out. Predictions for some of the key games for the first weekend of the season.
Let's do it.
Burnley, Man City. I'm going to go 3-1 Man City, Jeff. What are you going for?
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 City. I think it'll be a comfortable win.
2-0 City. Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. Jeff, what are you going for?
I'm going to go Arsenal 4-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go Arsenal 4-0. I think they smash Forest.
I agree.
Season at the Emirates. It's a nice fixture. It's a lovely fixture to have. Let's do all of them, actually. Sheffield United, Crystal Palace. That's an interesting game.
Sheffield United's first game back.
Palace,
Palace are going to have Elise injured for the first one. I think he's still he tore his hamstring.
Yeah, the Euros.
You know what? I'm going to go with Sheffield United win. I'm going to go with them 2-1 first game.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a draw, but I can see a Sheffield United win, but I'm going to go for a draw. Bournemouth, West Ham. Tough game to call, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to go Bournemouth.
I think I agree because I think Paqueta, will end up going. And as a result, I don't see him playing on Saturday. I think he'll not play. He'll be out of the squad. Obviously, Rice ain't there. Ward-Prowse probably won't make that game. It'll probably be done tomorrow or something. So I can't see him playing on Saturday.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bournemouth 1-0.
I'm going to go 2-1 Bournemouth.
Okay, yeah, I'll go 1-0.
Brighton, Luton. Now, you see, back in the day, this is the type of game where you think Luton could sneak a first game of the season, catch people by surprise.
Yeah.
I just think with all the attacking talent Brighton have, he might play Matoma, Ferguson, and Joao Pedro. I think Brighton might slap Luton. I think it might be a rude awakening. I'm going 3-0 Brighton.
Yeah, I'm going 5-0, man. Unfortunately, I think Luton are going to be a problem at home. That small stadium.
No, they can't use that stadium, bro.
So they're going MK Dons.
I'm not sure if it's been confirmed. That's what their first game is away. They were supposed to be at home.
Yeah, they're meant to be Burnley, I think.
They're going to use Burnley Stadium.
No, I think they were meant to play Burnley.
Yeah.
Huh? Because what stadium are they going to use? And it could only be one or two. Could only really be Watford or MK Dons because they're in the middle of them. That's kind of crazy. Oh wow! So they can't use that stadium. They didn't get the job done in time.
As far as I know, but they're still away this weekend anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, away anyway. Yeah, I think Brighton are gonna have fun. I think Brighton are gonna destroy him with Caicedo there or not. Like
we've got this guy as well.
Oh man, that boy, that guy's dangerous.
Yo, if I'm Brighton this weekend, I'm playing all four of them: and Enciso, Pedro, Ferguson, Matoma. Lewin at home, why not?
Oh man,
I'm playing all of them.
That's kind of crazy, man.
I'm chilling in for that though. I'm chilling in for that game.
Nah, Brighton, I don't know what kind of scouting they got going on, but him, Buonanotte as well is dangerous.
And they might add Kudus to that.
And then Kudus apparently the agreement's expired, so they got to redo it now. But if they like even them linked and bidding and it being accepted with Ajax are Champions League club.
Yeah.
So him accepting to go to Brighton, I understand that Premier League's a big advertisement, but this guy is linked with a lot of teams, and he accepted Brighton or Ajax accepted that bid. So if they happen to get Kudus, that team is dangerous. Like, even if they lose Caicedo, like
exactly,
like Caicedo is a great player for them, but if they lose him, they've still got good enough players.
They still got Pascal Gross as well.
Pascal Gross, and then because he's been playing right back, you still got Lamptey, who can't even get near the team at the moment.
Yep.
Like there's a lot going on in that team. Then up front, you got options. You got
Welbeck's still there as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Welbeck, who I know gets disrespected a lot, but that's a good Premier League striker to have. It is.
He still is.
So yeah.
Everton, Fulham.
Let me check. Who's at home? Who's away? Everton at home. I'm gonna go Everton win. You know, I'm gonna say, all right. If Calvert-Lewin is fit, I'm gonna say 2-0 Everton.
Okay.
I think Fulham are gonna struggle because Mitrovic. I don't think the signing is done yet, but if he doesn't go, I can't see him playing again. He's already made a stance to say, listen, if you don't sell me, I'll sit there. So. I don't think they have another good focal point good enough up there to even replace him.
Yeah, I agree. Jimenez is not what he used to be before the head injury.
Nah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's what ended up being, man.
I'm going to go 1-1 simply because I don't know if Calvert-Lewin is fair. I don't trust Everton. They could be in a relegation battle again, so I'm going to go for 1-1. Newcastle, Aston Villa, that's a nice little game.
That's a great game on a Saturday.
St. James's 5:30.
Tricky game, man.
I might go Newcastle 2-1.
Yeah, I was gonna
Villa win that. That's huge.
Yeah, that shows their intent. If you start the season with an away win
at St. James's,
the surprise package of last season, then yeah, you might be onto good things. But yeah, I'm gonna go Newcastle 2-1, man. Yeah, this Harvey Barnes, it's a maximum thing though. Like. I'm still like I know no one's making any noise about it, but I'm very, very confused. Like,
yeah, I don't get it.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't understand it at all. Like, I think he's got so many limitations compared to St. Maximin that I just don't understand why you spend 37 million on him.
Yeah, and you sold St. Maximin for cheaper.
You sold St. Maximin for 30. What?
I don't get it, man. That's a very, very weird signing to me. Essentially, you swap the two of them. That's very, very poor. And I think you've got worse, but we may be proven wrong, but I doubt it. I think they've downgraded. They removed one of their X factors. So yeah, but let's wait and see. Brentford, Spurs.
I'm actually gonna go Spurs win. So yeah, I just think Brentford are going to struggle without Tony, man. I still think they got good players. You got Wissa, you got what's the other guy's name who can play midfielder up front? Shade.
Yep.
Sade Shade. I don't know if I'm saying that
Yeah.
right. Embuemo is he's injured. So
is he out?
I think we might be touch and go, but I'm sure when I was checking yesterday, he was injured.
That's big. That's big. They need him.
Yeah, and I actually agree with you with Spurs. Like, I'm not a big preseason fan. Like, I just think it kind of gives you a false sense of security with teams. But in the small clips I was seeing with Spurs, they're playing much better football. That they look, he's this Postecoglou guy. Looks like he's getting them to play some really, really good football, even if he hasn't got the best people. Like, I was seeing clips against Barcelona, and they look comfortable. Like, patterns of play I haven't seen from Spurs since Pochettino.
Yeah.
So and then Maddison. I think Maddison is going to be. I didn't say it in terms of the surprises and stuff. He's going to be great there.
He's going to be great.
And especially if Kane stays, which it might happen. I'm checking the reports as we're on the show, and looks like Kane's 50-50. Obviously, you mentioned the other club offering a big lump sum. He might end up staying. You got Maddison and Kane, and then you got Son and you got Kulusevski. Those are four dangerous players, man. You get them clicking, and Spurs are a problem.
Yeah, 100%. Chelsea Liverpool.
Probably the standout game of the weekend.
I'm going 2-2.
Yeah, I was gonna say draw. 2-2 probably sounds fair. Yeah, I think defense. You know what? I'm gonna say 3-3.
It could be,
yeah, because defensively, like, these teams are shaky, like, at the moment. Chelsea, they've got James Chilwell. Looks like Colwell will probably play a lot. And then guess Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
And then don't get me wrong, that's not a bad defense.
It's a good back four.
But yeah, Reece James and Chilwell as well. Their main thing is the attack over defense. And Liverpool, like, that midfield thing, of course it's not going to be addressed before Sunday. Like, I can't see them making a signing before Sunday in DM, even if this Caicedo thing might be true in terms of them willing to break their transfer record. That's going to be a problem too. Like, you got no base. Like if Chelsea's attacking midfielder or someone just picks up a pocket, like, you're kind of free. Like, who's going to stop you in there?
We're not trying to stop Mudryk if he plays.
Nah, you see, no. Mudryk is, listen, man. If that guy can find some form, like, he's gonna be scary because he's a different kind of quick. Like, I haven't seen that in a minute. Like, he's a different kind of quick. Like, yeah, I don't even know if it's like, I don't know if he's got long distance speed, but his acceleration, that first 10 yards, you could be gone. Like, so yeah, if he gets to isolate Trent, we already know, like, Trent's probably he's top 2 in the world to me, regardless. But fullback wise, but defensively, no.
Nah. Yeah, Trent's not interested. And then last game of the weekend, Man United Wolves.
Man United at home?
Yeah.
The Wolves are just, listen, Gary O'Neill, you're in for a tough time over there, man. You're a brave man taking that job. I'm going to say United 2-0, not even breaking a sweat, not playing well, but winning.
That's literally what I've got. I can see it being an awful game. United literally winning without trying. And
that one, I'll guess the goal scorer, though. I'm going to say Mount twice. Mount's going to score.
Okay, Mount to get his debut goal, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going 2-0 United as well. Man. I think Sancho could be good this season. I don't even think he's going to start. I think Sancho could be good this year.
Listen, man, I think Sancho, after I was saying at the end of the year, he hasn't got long to save his United career. He probably has 3-4 months at the start of this season to make an impression. Like, preseason, I heard he was doing well in that false 9.
Yeah, he was.
But again, that's preseason. Like, he did that last season where he was good in preseason, and then he had a below par season. So he's got 3-4 months, and if not, Garnacho is coming. That Garnacho kid is scary to me. I know people say Palestri is better. I just like the arrogance of Garnacho. He plays like he's meant to be there.
Yeah, that's Canacho's got the arrogance, he's got the swagger. But I do like Palestri. I do get people that like Palestri. I just think it's 2 good options for United to have coming up.
Yes. But yeah, Sancho, listen, man, you haven't got long, buddy. Like, you got the ability. Like, you've definitely got the ability, but you better show some hunger. That's all I'm saying.
Funny thing with Sancho is I actually think now that the way Tottenham now try to play, if he goes Spurs, that's not a bad move anymore. But when they play, were in London, had a little bit of fun. Madison,
That's
if
a
Kane
good signing.
Basuma, I think that team kind of flows.
That would kind of work. I'm not gonna lie.
Look at that, man. They got Rash in the building. Smashing like people saying shout out Jamaica's women's team and shout out Morocco's women's team. Hope you both light up in the knockouts. All I said, Jamaica women lost to Colombia women. Oh, they're already out.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're already overachieved,
Yeah, all right, salute to them, man.
Mudryk has that kick and run type of quick. Yeah, literally. He's got that one where he's like, you know what? Forget a skill, man. Let me just kick it. Let's go. And Ola said there's even Ahmad once he recovers.
Long time out, man. Like, he's out for what, 3-4 months?
Is key. I would have liked to see him this season.
Yeah.
And Ola saying Sancho won't start at Spurs. Nah, he starts at Spurs. Surely.
Guaranteed? Not guaranteed. Like, Son and Kulusevski is a dangerous wide options. I think Sancho could definitely make a claim to start, but you're gonna go like Sancho likes the left and Son's on the left.
Yeah,
and that's another player where I guess last season people were saying is Son done because he didn't have a good season, but I think it's been 2 seasons he's had like that where he's been kind of but I'll say this. If there's one player like I've learned to just not bet against, is him.
Yeah, because Son is like this.
It's a very
He's a perfect match player. So if he starts the season well, good season. If he starts bad season, he's that kind of player.
Yeah, but again, I think Madison's gonna do a lot for that team. If he can stay fit, which is the main thing, because he always has 2 months out with an injury. I don't know what goes on with him what was going on with him at Leicester. If you manage to keep him fit though, and maybe rest him in certain games where you don't need to play him, and then play him in, well, he's gonna have to play the majority. But yeah, he's one of them, man, who could really, really, really change Tottenham around a little bit.
No, 100%. But listen, people, that's the prediction show, hour and a half. Big up everyone that's tuning in today. The engagement has been brilliant as always. The Premier League is back. We've all made our predictions. They'll be going live on TikTok. Do make sure you follow us there. Subscribe to us on the YouTube to always be up to date because now the review shows are going to be back. So next Monday or Tuesday, we'll be looking back at the games from the first week of the weekend. It'll probably be Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that show. We'll be lit. So yeah, do make sure, like I said, keep your notifications on for RBT. The shows are going to be coming back now that the season is back upon us. So big up everyone who's tuned in today. And yeah, really can't wait. I think it's going to be a very exciting season.
I agree. I
can't lie. And the last few weeks of the window with this Mbappe stuff up in the air, Neymar's
man. We didn't even talk about it, man.
That's the thing. Like the Mbappe and Neymar stuff is crazy, man.
Listen, Mbappe has literally got PSG hostage because now he's refused to go, and now they're saying they're kind of guilt tripping him. They're saying
the guilt trip one.
if you don't go, people have to be fired. So they kind of saying that, please, if you want the club to kind of maintain at the standard it is, we need you to go now. And he's kind of under the impression of no. So it's going to be a very interesting last few weeks of that window. And even if, because it looks like it's written in the stars for him to end up at Real Madrid. It just is.
It is.
But let's just see. Are they gonna try and buy him now because of all these problems?
They need a keeper now.
Yeah, it looks like I saw De Gea.
Wow, they're going for the hell on the free, yeah?
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like,
It makes sense. It does.
yeah, like obviously Courtois might be out for the season. Like they don't. It said broken ACL. They normally report it as torn or ruptured. It said broken ACL. I said, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know if that's Fabrizio Romano maybe just making some mistakes with his grammar. Because when I saw broken ACL, I said, I don't even know what that means. That just sounds like your career is over.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. Like a broken ACL. Like, I don't know. But yeah, like obviously, yeah, I think the hair might go there. And obviously PSG and Neymar want to cut ties with each other. So where does he go? Like, does he go MLS? Does he go Saudi? Does he go Barca? Does he go Man City?
Whoa. Have you seen Man City rumors? No way.
No, I haven't. But again, like if you might just decide to say, you know what? We're trying to bid 90 million on Paqueta. Neymar plays in a free role anyway for Brazil. Why not just give him a free role and let him play where he wants? Or play Grealish there.
Less expensive as well.
Yeah, Neymar.
In terms of the transfer fee.
He's going to cost 600 a week or so. But like you could really even do this. You could play Grealish because Grealish is not a wide player to me. He's just not. He's an 8. That's how I think. That's how I've always seen him. Like even if he doesn't play there, but if you play Grealish in the 8 and you play Neymar wide, the Prem's got a whole new problem on their hands, man. Neymar will only be fit 24 games a season, but for those 24 games, he's gonna raise hell.
Yeah. Oh man, Neymar and KDB behind Haaland.
Oh my god.
Oh, listen.
And then you got Foden and maybe whoever else. Yeah, that I hope I didn't speak that into existence, but yeah, if Neymar ends up at Man City, just because they have the luxury of rotating people, then the league definitely goes to them because
100%.
I said I get on Neymar a lot just because I think he's coasted in parts of his career, and that big move didn't work. He should have stayed at Barcelona, but you can't deny how good he is. That's a special player on his day. So you get him there where he's in the right environment. He's not being relied on the way he's being relied on at PSG, and he just gets to play. Yeah, the league's in for a scary time, man.
Yeah, I just, you know what? I'm not mad at him going back to Barca. I do kind of like that move. I like the idea of next season, Madrid, Barca, Mbappe, Neymar. I do like that idea. I can't lie. There's a part of me that brings some intrigue back to El Clasico, but if Neymar, I just want Neymar to come to the Prem. I genuinely don't care who it's with. I just want to, because that first game he plays in the Prem, man, everyone needs to be tuned in.
Yeah, they're gonna try and kick
a football game.
Nah, they're gonna, because everyone knows, especially that Neymar, 1, he's a hothead, and 2, he gets injured walking to the bathroom. So you put him on a football pitch against. Imagine him against like a Brownhill or like someone like Burnley or like a Luton, where they like think you're like, listen, I've been watching Neymar for years. Now I get to play against him. And there's only one way this is going. Like, I'm not gonna stop you with skill. I'm gonna kick you.
Well, imagine Neymar's first game is either Luton, Burnley, or Sheffield United away.
Oh man,
he'll probably be man of the match and get injured for the season. The first game, the one game.
Yeah. Because, like, when Robinho came to the Prem, Robinho had a little bit of steel about him. Like, he's okay. Neymar is fragile. Like, even when it came out that they're not allowed to tackle him in training. It's like, this guy is literally, like, walking anywhere is a risk for you.
Literally. It's insane, but I'd love to see it, man. The Neymar one, I can't wait to see how that ends up. The Mbappe one, I can't wait to see how that ends up. But yeah, last one actually, the one we actually didn't quite touch up on. Yeah. If you were Harry Kane, you have 3 options: go to Bayern Munich, win Bundesliga's challenge for Champions League, stay at Spurs, Prem top scorer, club legend, or leave for free next year and assess the landscape then. What would you do?
I'd probably go with the last one.
Okay.
Because I just think Bayern are kind of in a desperate spot too. Like in the past year, it hasn't been good. Like you lost Lewandowski, you replaced him with Mane. That didn't go too well. Like Mane wasn't playing the best before he punched Sane. Like he wasn't playing the best, and then he punched Sane. So it's kind of like, all right, get out of here. You sold him. You got Choupo-Moting up front at the moment. Even the fact that, listen, this Kane Bayern thing's been going on 3 weeks now, and it's kind of been like, oh yeah, you got a deadline on Friday, then Levy will go on holiday, come back, be like no, and then you bid again. So you're kind of desperate too. You need a striker, and obviously Kane fits the mold. But Kane the reason you'd go to a Bayern is to challenge for Champions League. They're not really in a state to challenge for the Champions League right now. You'd just be going to win a Bundesliga. So whilst a Bundesliga still is good, and you'd actually have a domestic title on your resume, you might as well wait a year. And then if you have another good year, the kind of landscape opens a bit for you. It's not going to be many teams because as amazing as Kane is, City have a striker now. Like he missed the boat with them because Spurs wouldn't sell him. Chelsea, I don't know if that's a good place for him to go because we already see what they do with strikers a lot of the time. Okay, Arsenal, I just don't see happening. We'd have to.
Arsenal is actually one of the ones that makes the most sense, but
I just
ain't
can't see it. United, you bought Højlund. I guess you could still buy Kane, but or you could still get Kane on a free. That one still makes some sense. Real Madrid, if you're getting Mbappe, do I want Kane too? Probably not.
That's the thing. Will Mbappe play a striker in Madrid though?
Probably not. But Vinicius could just go anywhere and cause the same havoc anyway. So
that's the thing. It's a mad one. I don't know what Madrid are gonna do. It's mad.
Yeah, I don't know. And then PSG, that project, safe to say, it's a complete failure. Like it's like you bought the trifecta up there, and Messi is now into Miami. Neymar, you want gone, and then Mbappe is in a deadlock stalemate with you. So like I'll just wait and just see because you already know what you're gonna get. Even an unmotivated Kane at Spurs gets 20 a season. He's been doing it for 10 years. Like that's a certified world-class striker. To me,
he won't even be unmotivated because he knows if I bang out this season and I leave for free, I can get an even higher signing on fee.
Yeah, it's true.
It makes sense because he needs to show that he's 30. He needs to show them that he's not on the way down. Because now they get doubts about, are you going to be able to do it in 2-3 years? So he needs to perform this season regardless.
Yeah, it's true. But I think it just makes sense for him to just wait it out for one more year. You've been there anyway. You've been against your will at Spurs for the last 3 years. You've been wanting to leave Spurs for 3 years. They kept you for 3 years. You might as well stay another year. You're still on good money. It's not like you're losing a big amount, you are, but it's what you haven't got doesn't kind of hurt you. So just wait a year and then leave.
Yeah, I do like that option of wait a year and then leaving. But maybe I would lead. It's a tough one. I might lean slightly towards going to Bayern Munich just because, whilst I know the Bayern they used to be, because the competition across Europe, I think, is just down in terms of the quality of the best teams. Bayern still have one of the best teams on paper. And if you put Kane in the middle of Sane and Gnabry, with Musiala behind, with Kimmich, Alphonso Davies, Neuer, Napoli centre-back as well.
Oh, Kim.
Yeah, Kim, who's meant to be really good. Then I like that team. I think that team can do things with Kane up top. I can't lie. Because last season, I know City beat them 4-1 on aggregate, but I don't think it was a 4-1 aggregate tie. Because that game at the Etihad was very, very close.
For a period.
Until those 2 late goals where then those killed the tie.
Yeah.
But for a period, a large period of that game, Bayern were given as good as they go with City.
Yeah, you know what? You might have changed my mind slightly with that. Because you forget the depth of how many that you even forgot Coleman in there. There's a lot of good players.
Forgot Coleman in there.
There's a lot of good players they have. So yeah,
they've signed Lima now from Leipzig, good midfielder. They still have Gravenberg. They still have Goretzka as a backup.
Yeah.
Obviously, they still have Upamecano, which is
Oh my god, that guy's a joke.
Yeah, which
he's
is
one of the most overrated centre backs
in
a long time. Yeah, that because people really like. I remember like before he played against Man United, they were saying, "Oh, Upamecano is like one of the best in the world." Then I saw him, I was like, "This guy's a donkey! Like he's all over the place."
I was so confused with that United game because I was like, "This can't be Upamecano," and then I saw him again, and I said, "This is him."
Yeah, then he was in France at World Cup, and he's making a mockery of that. Like Saliba could really have played. Like, why is this guy playing?
Yeah, that's one thing France have to do for the next Euros. Euro 2024, it has to be Saliba and Konate at the back too.
Yeah.
Or Varane, it can't be Upamecano.
Nah, he can't stay there.
He can't play.
Nah.
He can't play.
But yeah, to your point, like Bayern, yeah, that's a dangerous team, man. It is. And they made quarters last time, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you had a Kane, and even that game at City, they score at least. They don't lose 3-0.
They score, no doubt.
So all right, yeah, I think you've done enough to change my mind. I'll go with Bayern.
Because upgrading from Choupo-Moting to Harry Kane is no joke.
Oh my God, Eric Choupo-Moting, ex-Stoke.
Ex-Stoke. Madness. But shout out Choupo-Moting and his agent, man. He was at PSG. I don't know what he did.
I think he is like a Ponzi scheme. Like he's some kind of like, I don't know if it's trafficking. I don't know if it's Ponzi scheme. I don't know how you got from Stoke to PSG
to Bayern.
Like he has a Champions League, right?
Yeah.
Like how? What you were at the Britannia Stadium playing with Rory Delap and Ricardo Fuller.
Hey Fuller, oh my days!
Now you could say you played with Mbappe,
Neymar.
You played with Neymar. You weren't there when Messi was there, but then you can play with Lewandowski, Kimmich, that Muller,
Sane.
Like the best players of this generation, pretty much. Some of these are legendary, and you went from Britannia Stadium. You played with Jonathan Walters. Like, what is going on here, man?
Did he play with Cameron Jerome? That's why he was at Stoke.
He did. I feel like Choupo-Moting was at Stoke like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So he would have been there with Cameron Jerome at that.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Choupo-Moting, as like you said, man, your agent is a magician.
Magician, man. If all players had him as an agent, my God, everyone would be doing well, man.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, yeah, listen, people, been a great show. Like I said, we're going to be back on Tuesday for the review of the weekend's game. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. Subscribe to the channel, follow us on TikTok, and have an amazing Friday and subsequent weekend. We out. Peace.